this is all. Yes. Good evening.
Thank you very much for having me, Michelle.
Oh, this is so exciting. This is my first guest ever.
Oh, wow.
So we've got, look, Tammy is here from Missouri, USA, which is fantastic. We've got Jacqueline from Lewisham. We've got Deo from Scunthorpe. Hi, Deo. We've got Katie. We've got Adrian from Mexico. We've got someone from Crawley. We've got someone who's just said London. We've got someone from Scunthorpe. Yeah!
Someone from Wellingborough.
Wellingborough. We've got Lincoln from Wolverhampton. We've got Marcelo from Brazil. We're just international. We're totally global tonight, and we love it. Welcome. So listen, guys, please, if you want to share this, if you want to invite somebody to the conversation, please do. But we're going to just get into this. So as you can see, for those of you that are on my Instagram live, we've got Tope, who's joined us for this evening. So I want to just give you a little bit of an introduction about tonight. Tonight, as I said, we're going to talk about anxiety. And for some of us, that's a very real thing. It's a very real struggle. And I think with this whole thing going on with the pandemic and obviously us being quarantined, for some people, that's really flagged up a lot of issues and anxiety and depression and all sorts of things. And so this is why I wanted to talk about it tonight. So for those of you that are on my Instagram live, welcome. You can see Tope Abulude. Have I said it right, Tope? Abulude?
Yeah.
I've been practicing. So Tope is in the building. For those of you that are on our Facebook live, we can't do the connect there, but you can always come over to Instagram Live if you want to see Tope, but I hope you can hear him. And so let me tell you a little bit about why I asked Tope to join the conversation tonight, because I'm not a professional. Do you know what I'm saying? I love people. I love to share my own experiences. I have a heart for people, but more than anything, when it comes to certain things, it's always great to have a professional on board. So this is why tonight we've got Tope Abulude with us this evening. And Tope is an integrative counsellor. He works with adults and young adults. His experience is in general counselling, but his focus areas are depression, anxiety, bereavement, stress management, relationship and couple counselling. Is there anything that I missed, Tope?
No, I think you got it well covered.
Yes. So please say good evening. Say good evening to everybody.
Get your questions coming in.
Yes. Yes, so please, if you've got any questions for Tope related to anxiety, particularly, we know that anxiety covers a few things though, right, Tope?
Yes.
Please, so how would you describe, anxiety? What is anxiety?
Okay, well, everyone gets anxious at different stages in life, depending on what they're going through, big events in their lives. But generally, anxiety is a feeling of unease, like a worry.
Yes.
That can be anything from a mild one to a severe one, Okay. So once you start getting to the severity of it, then, obviously, try as much as possible to seek help, you know. Like I said, everyone feels anxious from time to time, and it usually passes. Once the situation is over. But everyone experiences it, and we all have different. People would have different triggers to anxiety, and there will be different symptoms as well.
So I would imagine. For me personally, the fact that, one, I'm a very career-driven person. I'm very busy. I like to keep busy and keep myself occupied. So, one, not being able to work, and obviously all the question marks about my career going forward. For so many of us that are self-employed, or even those of us that are employed, whether or not we're going to have employment after this. So that in itself brings up anxiety. For some people are living by themselves. So with that, there's anxiety because you're not, having your usual social thing, whether it's at work or just being able to socialise. And for any of you that, you know, are feeling like being honest with us this evening and being are happy to be a little bit open and vulnerable, if any of you are experiencing any anxiety, would you just hit the screen with some hearts, just hit the screen with some thumbs up, let us know. And if you have any questions with Tope, if you are feeling anxious about anything at the moment, you have any questions for Tope about how to deal with your anxiety moving forward, then please, now is the time to just start hitting them on the screen. So Tope, as I was saying, you know, for a lot of people, this is, as you know, we're hearing it everywhere, it's unprecedented times. And, you know, for a lot of people, this is flagging up all kinds of anxiety issues. Do you have some tips for us and how to deal, just generically, how to deal with some of the anxiety that some people might be feeling? They might feel a little bit embarrassed to share that right now, but we do want to give people some tips of how to deal with.
I see some hearts going up.
Yes, there's lots of hearts hitting the screen.
Like, you know,
so thank you guys for your honesty. Thank you for being vulnerable with us this evening. And listen, we're here to help.
And so, okay, so before we get to, you know, because the question you asked is basically how do you cope with anxiety?
Yeah.
But I think it's probably as important to sort of take a step back and look at, you know, where you started from. What is anxiety? How does it present itself?
Yeah.
You know, what does it look like?
Yeah.
So what
loads of hearts going up on the screen, Tope, loads.
Yeah. So what are the symptoms of anxiety? Like there's a lot of things that you would how are the things? What are the things that will be happening? You know, for you to know that, you know, there's something that's not quite the way it should be. So, you know, like I said earlier, you know, feeling nervous, you know, tense. Yeah. Having a sense of impending danger, and sometimes it's real. Yeah. But sometimes it's also imagined, so it's in your head, you know. Increased heart rates, these are all sort of symptoms. Breathing rapidly, sweating, trembling, you know.
Tope, what about sleeping? What about if people are having difficulty sleeping? Can that be anxiety related?
It can be anxiety related, and of course, you know, it's not just you know, a one-time thing. As in, if I don't get to sleep tonight, you know, yes, you could have, you know, minor case of something happening, and that could. But if it's repetitive and if it's continuous, then, you know, obviously it's getting to be a case that should be of concern. You know, and sometimes it's even, you know, such things like gastrointestinal problems, you know, being a result of anxiety, and having difficulty controlling your worry, having sometimes sort of avoiding, you know, things as well, you know. So, you know, for example, I know you could be avoiding doing a session like this tonight because you don't want to be seen. You've built up something in your head as to, you know, what it's going to look like. People are going to laugh.
Because some people feel embarrassed to share the fact that they might be feeling anxious or worried. And I think, you know what, guys? I think for so many of us, we saw by how many hearts were going up on the screen, there's a lot of people that are feeling very anxious at this time. We've got a question from Jacqueline. Jacqueline basically said, how can it stop?
How can it stop?
I mean, I know that's a really broad...
That's a really big one. It's about management. Yeah. You know, if it's a severe one, there are various ways to cope, and there are certain steps, you know, that's available to be taken. And so, you know, thing is, it feels like everyone wants to just get to the real.
Yes. And for those people that are joining, we've got people joining on Facebook, we've got people joining on Insta. Thank you guys for joining. As I said, we are talking about anxiety tonight. So please, I want you guys to be brave because I want you to get something from this. in this hour that we have, and we've got Tope with us tonight, who is our counsellor. So if you have any questions related to anxiety, please put them up on the screen so we can try and address them. So Jacqueline has asked, how can it stop? Yes. So do we have a few tips for people, Tope?
Yes, we do have a few tips. As in how to manage it. I mean, obviously, I'm here in my capacity as a counsellor or therapist. So one of the ways is talking therapy. So to see a counsellor and work with someone to help you manage, manage what's going on.
So that's if you're having quite severe anxiety.
Yes.
So getting in touch with a counsellor, a therapist, online. Obviously, it will have to be online or by telephone. Okay.
Well, at the moment, of course, probably the only therapy most therapists are doing, it will be online, and there's so many ways you can do that these days. You can do telephone counselling. You can do Skype counselling. It's getting more common now, where you will be able to. I mean, look at us now. We're talking. Yeah. And that's a possibility there.
And where would people go to find a reputable, good counsellor if they decided they needed to do that?
Okay, so there are two ways to go about this. You could go to your GP, who would then recommend a counsellor, or you could decide to go private. And in going private, it's worth. There's the British Association of Counsellors and Psychotherapists, or the BACP. You would find reputable counsellors on there.
So the British Society of
British BACP, that's the British Association of Counsellors and Psychotherapists.
British Association of Counsellors and Psychotherapists. Wonderful. Okay.
And so there would be people who are qualified to be therapists. Okay. And so that's and you can look for someone local as well. They obviously have a register that you can go on and check for someone that's close to you. I think most people would favour one-on-one counselling over telephone. Yes,
but obviously in this time that we're in, and we don't know how long we're going to be here for. At this point, that is going to be the best option: telephone counselling or online counselling. Okay, what other tips would you recommend for us?
While looking for a counsellor as well, it's worth mentioning that it's not a one-size-fits-all thing. And you could start working with someone, and if there's no fit, then don't be shy to change counsellors and keep looking until you find someone that would fit, what you're... because we also work with, from different perspectives as well,
Now, for some people, going to a counsellor is like, scary, it's very serious.
It's honestly not as scary as you might think. Most counsellors also have been through counselling. You would have had to, I walked through 30 hours of counselling with a counsellor. Right. And so they have been on the other side of the seat and have an understanding of...
They have an empathy for what you're going through.
They know what it feels like and how terrifying, especially the first session, could potentially be.
I will say, I've had some time with a counsellor and I've benefited from it greatly. It was completely valuable. I don't know if anybody else has ever had professional counselling. If you have, please hit the screen. But this is one of the things that Tope is suggesting. If you're really dealing with extreme anxiety, then to seek the help of a counsellor. What else do you have? What else do you have in way of advice for us?
Sometimes if it's not as severe,
what can we do in the confines of our home.
We can talk to each other.
Yes, talk to each other, like now. Yes.
You know, and obviously people you trust, you know.
Yes.
I mean, at the moment, I mean, if there's anyone listening in right now, and you know anyone that lives alone, give them a call, send them a message, you know. You just thank you. Someone's put up the
British Association of Counselling and Psychotherapy, which is the BACP. So you guys can get in touch with them online if you do feel that you're really dealing with some extreme anxiety and you need that extra help. Then please get in touch with them. Yes. So you were saying, Tope, talk to people like we're talking right now.
Yes.
You know, there used to be this saying that people used to say, a problem shared is a problem
solved.
You agree?
You know? So yes. You know, that's why you would find people use terms like unburdening myself.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
And you find that in a lot of ways when you actually open up about it.
Yeah.
It's not as big in your head.
Yes.
As when you actually, speak it out with someone.
Yeah.
And you just never know, you know, if you're speaking with someone who has empathy and has an understanding, and all they need to do is listen. You know, it's not about solving the problem.
Don't you think listening is a skill, though? Sorry, I mean, I did cut you, but listening is a skill, and I think sometimes we have to learn that when someone, a friend or a lover or a close member or whoever is sharing and is being vulnerable, sometimes it's not about your opinion or you know, trying to help, but just
your
listen.
Opinion. And how can you actually solve someone's problem when you've not walked in their shoes?
Hey,
you know,
yes,
it's really, you know, you can give advice off the bat, but that advice may actually be getting someone into trouble, and that's not what a counsellor does. Yeah. The counsellor really tries to help you within your worldview.
Yeah, we've got loads of hearts going up on the screen, so people are obviously agreeing with you.
With exploring, you know, what your situation is, you know, and in that time, and it just gives you an opportunity to have that. I mean, it's mostly counselling is 1 hour.
Yes.
And it gives you that time to actually have to be listened to. And all some people just want is to just feel like they matter for 1 hour. Yes. You know? Yeah. And, you know, if you're working with someone who has a really good understanding of, you know, what it is to be there and have empathy and be non-judgmental within a session, then the client has the opportunity to grow and move towards, you know, actualization.
Okay, so we've got 1, get in touch with a counsellor if you feel that you need that. 2, we've got talk to someone. Yeah. Someone that you can trust.
Someone you can trust. Yeah. Some people are very good with exercises. That's another thing that's helpful.
Do you know what? I have to say, sorry, but my thighs are looking amazing because the exercise I've been finding, I don't know about you guys, but that time of, is it an hour, you know, that we're allowed out to go and exercise, oh my gosh, like I need it. I need that. And it's been so good for me.
Do you know what's interesting as well? Is that you can actually just get apps, you know.
Yes.
And there are things you can download from YouTube onto your TV and have that, you know.
If for anybody online, if has anybody else been getting into exercise, has that been a good stress buster? Has that been helping you to kind of relieve the anxiety to get out and get some fresh air? If any of you guys have been using exercise to kind of help you keep it together in this time, please hit the screen, let us know that if that's what works for you. Yes, sir. So we've got counsellor. The hearts are hitting the screen. So we've got loads of hearts. So we've got a few people that are going to be looking fabulous after this whole thing. Right. So we've got get in touch with a counsellor. We've got talk to someone that you trust. Exercise, which again a few people. Someone said Yes, I've been doing some sandwich arm lifts. Haven't lost. The sandwich arm lifts are not the same. Basically, lifting the sandwich to the.
I don't know what that is.
That is taking a sandwich from the plate, and then that's what that is. You're gonna need to get a little bit more involved in the exercise. We've got Luis. Luis says exercise is the best stress relief. I have used that for years while I worked in construction management. We absolutely agree with you, Louise. Guys, please, we have Tope online. If you do have any questions for Tope, please be brave and throw it out there. Patrick says, I've been walking, but not enough, to be honest. Come on, Patrick. You can do this, bro. You can do this.
Go out there.
Get out there. Especially while the sun is shining. Get out there.
Yes.
Right,
yes.
So we've got counselling. We've got talk to someone you trust. We've got exercise. What else do we have?
Breathing. If you find yourself in an anxiety situation, and you because if you have like an anxiety attack, you may need to just take a minute, deep breaths, through your nose, and inhale and exhale. So that's if you're actually right in the situation. Yeah. So that's another one, but I suppose that also goes with exercising in a way. Breathing
for me, because as being a singer, breathing is everything, and breathing is exactly how I center myself.
Mm-hmm. And tell us a little bit about that.
Well, again, I do lots of breathing from the diaphragm, so lots of breathing, small intake through the nose, and really take it down take it all the way down and push it down, right down into my diaphragm, and I just hold it, and then just really control.
Why don't we do a breathing exercise right here?
Let's do it.
Come on.
All right, so basically, I've got on this jumper and I've got on my pajama bottoms, but I'm gonna show you. Right, I'm gonna bring Clem over here with me, guys. This is really impromptu. I wasn't planning for this tonight, but okay, I'm going for it. So I'm gonna show you guys what I mean. Can you see me? Right, so literally, I stand, and you can see I'm standing, and just really centered. So I have my feet shoulder width apart, and shoulders just rolled back, really relaxed. And again, I just take in the breath through my nose, and I imagine my stomach, my diaphragm, to be like a balloon. Okay. So when I breathe in, I'm going to move this here to see if I can show you. As I breathe in, it's like breathing in, fill up, breathe out. Do you see what I mean? So really nice and slowly, so just nice breathing, and just filling up all this area. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed, and that's just one of the things I do when I'm preparing to sing, especially if I feel nervous. That's what I do to center myself. Deep breathing.
So that helps, and that potentially, because what you said right there is that that nervous energy you're having, you need it to go away, and that's a form of anxiety, about going on stage, isn't it? Yes. I mean, it's mild, and it's event related, because once that show is done, you walk away and you're no longer anxious about it.
Exactly, But it's just, it's the preparation to get out there and go, okay. And I think, again, sometimes when you have to face something, you've got to call the mortgage company, or you've got to call British Gas, and it's like, okay, let me center myself and
that's good. So
get
right
prepared.
There,
So we've got getting in touch with a counsellor if you feel you need that. We've got talking to someone that you trust.
We've got that's very important. Someone that you trust. For that space in your life, you need someone to hold you. You need someone to be there. Yes. No judgment, no critique,
no shame.
no shame, yes.
Yeah.
You just need someone to be there.
Somebody's put deep, slow breathing can also lower your BP and helps with pain control, even in labour. Yes. Yeah. I mean, nobody's gone into labour around here, but I think. But yes, I agree. So, what else would you suggest for us, Tope? Welcome to those people that are just logging in. We've got people waving. Yeah. Jax is waving. My darling friend Louise is waving. Lots of people are waving. Welcome, guys. We're talking about anxiety tonight. We have Tope, who is our counsellor. If you have any questions for Tope related to anxiety that you might be feeling during this whole quarantine, and you might be feeling stress, you might be having issues sleeping at night, feeling worried. We're just trying to deal with some tips that could help you during this time. So, just to bring everybody up to speed, Tope has suggested if you really are suffering with anxiety that you could get in touch with a counsellor. We recommended, was it the BACP?
BACP as a starting point to find someone. Yes,
that's a good starting point to get yourself a good counsellor. Tope also suggested talking to someone that you trust. Someone who you know is not gonna chat your business. Sorry, can I get a bit ethnic for a moment? Yeah. Someone who's not gonna talk and gossip and chat about you. Someone you know has got your back. Yeah. 3, we suggested exercise. It's a good way of burning off some of that.
Yeah, just releasing.
Yes. And we also said about breathing.
Yes.
Breathing, the benefits of breathing and just getting control of your body and your blood pressure, isn't it?
Yeah. And, unfortunately, if you missed it, you missed a master class from a world class singer.
You're going to have to rewind the tape after.
How to breathe.
I need another swig of my tea. So, what else would you recommend for us, Tope?
Try shifting your focus. If you can, depending on what stage of the anxiety you're in, if you try to shift your focus for one, it helps if you are self-aware, if you understand what brings on your anxiety, and hopefully would have some time to mention some triggers.
The triggers, I think the triggers are important, because I think once we can establish what our triggers are, then we stand a chance of being able to control them.
Absolutely.
And how to manage them.
So that's again something a good counsellor will work with you on. So you should find out when does it flare up? Is there a pattern?
And for anybody online, do any of you guys know what maybe are some of your triggers that kind of puts you in a place where you do start to feel anxious, you do start to be worried? Please, if you do, just please share them with us. Yes, Tope.
Okay, so like I said, try shifting your focus. That's another way. If you've got puzzles, just something away from what's causing the anxiety. Like playing games. Yes.
Ooh, you are so tuned into me right now. Look.
What have you got there?
It's my puzzle. 1,000 piece. But you know something? This is about the third one I've done since lockdown. Okay. But it helps me just to go, switch off for a moment.
Take your mind away
relax.
From...
Yes. We've got Tammy says, don't feel guilty when you need to say no. And I think that's a big one, isn't it? Especially for people that are at home with the family and feeling quite put upon. You know what I mean? So I think that's a big one. Somebody says, yes, avoiding rehearsing, ruminating on the concerns.
Mm-hmm.
We've got another person says channeling.
Yes. So let's start with the no thing. I think it's a lot more people find it difficult to say no. Because, a lot of people pleasers, you just want to...
Yes.
Am I hitting the button?
Let me get my puzzle.
It's actually okay to say no.
Yes.
It's because sometimes you've just got to think about the bigger picture. And not everyone's going to get what's going on with you 100% of the time, and to be able to get to that point also where it's not just about saying no, but also to be able to say no and be okay with it.
Yes.
Because that's what brings the anxiety later,
Because I think it's okay.
You're ruminating about it.
Yeah.
You're thinking, they're going to think I'm a bad person and stuff.
But you know what? I think sometimes it's okay to be selfish and say, right now, I need a minute. I can't take that on right now.
This is all I can manage. Yeah.
Yes, and I think
your own mental health.
Yes, because also you see a lot of things online where people are talking about in this quarantine time, this lockdown time, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And you know what? For some people, just getting through the day is an achievement.
It's a big ask.
It's a big ask. And you know what? It's okay. If that's all you're able to do that day, that's fine. If you have a day where you just stay in your pajamas till 4 o'clock, have a shower and then put on some fresh pajamas, it's okay. Because if that's what you need to do to manage that day, hey.
So that then brings me to the thing about how you manage the information that comes into you.
Yes. Sorry, Tope. You've got a few people that are saying that saying no is they realise is actually a trigger for them. So
wow.
Yes. So thank you guys for your honesty. Thank you for that.
Okay.
Yes.
So how do you practice saying no? Because you were really happy when I said that, being able to say no, and it feels like I touched a nerve for you there.
Yes, because
how have you changed?
Yeah.
From we've spoken a bit.
Yes.
So how have you changed to being that person who can confidently say no now and be okay with it?
I thought that me saying no was me being selfish. And what I realised is that me saying no, not all the time, but me saying no is actually me being self-full and putting myself first. And I'm a recovering people pleaser. So saying no has not been a habit. It's been alien to me. So this is a new habit. And when I've said no, I felt, oh my gosh, I'm letting people down, the guilt. And I've had to program myself to say, do you know what? In this moment, it's like Beyonce has this song that says, the first time I said no, it's like I never said yes. Do you know what I mean? And you know what? I've said yes so many times.
Yeah.
If I need to say no for this moment,
you can't tend to lose yourself, Michelle, when all you keep saying is yes all the time.
Yes.
And sometimes no doesn't mean never. It just means not right now. And that's okay
yes.
as well.
Not right now. If some of you guys are like learning the power of like hearts on the screen. Yes, because you know what? There's so much stress that comes with that. There's so much anxiety that comes with that.
Yeah.
Because you feel, oh my God, I'm letting people down. I'm not good enough. I'm not coping. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's a biggie. It's a big trigger.
So interesting.
Yes.
A big one, which, I know you're going to hail when I say this, is listen to music.
Yes!
Sing it, girl. Sing it.
Oh, yeah. Listen to my music.
Yes,
No. But there's so much. I agree.
That's a way of distraction, Make yourself a playlist.
Yes.
But also,
I see
be careful what you put on that playlist, because not all music is uplifting.
Yes.
And I have a friend who said to me once, years and years ago when we were in university, and she would just find herself sitting down and crying about all these sad songs that make me cry. And she would just sit and bawl her eyes out. And one day she just came to herself and went like, "What's going on?" And it was all these sad songs, so I continually listening to sad songs.
Yes.
And that's going to do that,
Yeah.
So you want, there are certain beats that are happy beats, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Yes, you can't listen to Pharrell's Happy and not feel happy.
Yes,
It's just like, and so make a playlist for yourself.
Yes, a good playlist is a great idea.
And turn it around and, dance, have a dance party.
Yes. Dancing in the kitchen is one of my favourite things to do. Yes, the playlist. It's such a...
Yes.
I never thought of that, but I mean, it's so obvious to me, but I never thought of it. But you're absolutely right. There are some songs, those songs, ladies, that are like the heartbreak songs.
Yes.
And it's like, you listen to that song and you're like... right? So we gotta keep up. Do you know what I do? I have certain songs I listen to when I'm exercising, because it makes me run at a certain pace. Even if I'm not in the mood for running, I walk at a certain pace. I've got a little pep in my step. It brings up my energy. So playlist, yes, I'm loving that. What else do you have for us, Tope?
Well, try reassuring yourself, we talked about speaking to someone, in terms of phoning a friend. Yes. We all know those people that get us to a good place. I know which of my friends that would help lift my spirits.
Yes.
So that's another one.
But
yes.
What if you are that person for everyone else? What if you're like the lifter up friend?
Yes.
In your friend circle, and you're the one that needs lifting up?
Then you need to find someone in your life that would do that. That would be that person for you.
Okay.
One of the things most counselors, and you should, if you're getting a counselor, you should make sure that your counselor has a supervisor.
Yes.
Because your counselor then needs to go on, if you like, take the cases they're dealing with to a supervisor.
Loads of hearts hitting the screen.
This is why, because we work to a code of ethics. Especially if you belong to the, associations like the BACP, every counsellor must have a supervisor, and then you take, your cases.
So there's some accountability.
Yes, and you get, the benefit of an even more experienced counsellor working on behalf of the client.
Yes, yeah.
Eat a healthy diet.
Woo! All right, okay, I'm gonna sip my tea. Because let me tell you, when they said, okay, we're going into lockdown, guys, when the government came and they were like, right, guys, we are going into lockdown, people were queuing up for hours buying toilet roll. People were queuing up for hours buying pasta. And I'm going to tell you now, I had to get that dark chocolate. And the dark chocolate with the mint in it, woo! The matchsticks. I had to get some boxes of matchsticks, Tope. I'm telling you the truth. The chocolate was like, woo! That was the first thing in the basket. So diet.
Yes, diet is important. Yes.
So I want to say at this point, Tope, sorry, we've got people that are joining the conversation, that are watching. Welcome everybody. We are talking about anxiety tonight, and we're talking about how we can best deal with the anxiety that most of us are kind of experiencing during this time. So we have Tope online with us tonight, who is a integrative counsellor, and he's given us some tips of how we can really help to manage this anxiety that we may be feeling. So for those of you that are just catching up, Tope's given us a few tips already. For some people, it might be a good idea to get in touch with a counsellor if you feel that you need someone to talk to, someone that you can confide in confidentially. And we've got the association, which is the BACP, which you can find them online. That's one of the associations that you can get in touch with. Tope's also suggested talking to someone that you trust. We've talked about exercise, how exercise is good. We've talked about the breathing. Have I missed one, Tope?
No, we've talked about exercise, breathing. We've talked about music.
Music!
Yes.
Yes. And now we are talking about diet. How many people, come on, be honest, how many of you guys are struggling with the diet? How many of you guys are going to that fridge way too often? Come on, let me know. Put some hearts up, put some thumbs up, like, tell the truth, shame the devil. Lots of hearts are hitting the screen. I think this is one that we're all struggling with because we got too much time on our hands. So talk to us about the benefits of diet, Tope.
Well, what can I say? One of the things, that you may need to look at closely is alcohol.
Woo!
I know
Yes.
I'm not going to be popular with that,
Yes.
Yeah.
There's some some parents are needing that gin and tonic at 1 o'clock in the afternoon instead of the homeschooling is bringing out the worst.
Not quite what I had in mind for a healthy diet.
No, not good. Yeah.
Some people find eating healthy diet makes them to manage their anxiety better.
Yeah.
And what that means in your own sort of food choices is really up to you. I can't really tell you what you should have, but we know what the good stuff is.
Yeah,
we do know.
it's more of the good stuff.
No, I shouldn't say what the good stuff is, because the good stuff is the unhealthy stuff, isn't it?
Yes.
Really? Yeah. We know what the healthy stuff is, and it's not about just giving up and completely not, eating the good stuff. It's about having a balanced diet.
Isn't it?
Yeah. It's having a balanced diet.
Yeah. I agree.
A big one, for me as well, is journaling.
Journaling, yes.
Yes. That's a really big one as to how, that would be helpful in coping with anxiety. So,
do we have anybody online that agrees with that does that journals and that finds that journaling has been helping them through this, particularly through this time, this lockdown time? That's epic. And are you suggesting daily or as and when you need to do it?
Yeah, as and when you need to do it.
Yeah.
And also with specifically to when you're having an episode, that would be helpful. Whether it's the triggers to get there, or how you are feeling right through the process after it's happened.
Right.
And being able to then know what's leading up to it, could then help you to know what to do to lessen the impact.
Yes.
Lessen the impact of it.
And is there...
Someone said, I found early morning power walk is good for exercising and just having great quiet time out with nature.
I agree.
Like
Fantastic. And great way to breathe and to slow down and to leave the phone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tope, is there a way? Is there a knack to journaling? Or is it just write whatever you feel?
Just grab a book, or whether you want to do it on your phone, and just write. There is no right or wrong way to do it.
Okay.
Keeping a note of what happens each time you get anxious or have an attack can help you spot patterns in what triggers, these experiences for you.
Yeah.
And that would help you to deal with it. in the future.
Yeah.
Because you can always go back to it and know what all the things that are surrounding.
So hopefully you'll be able to read back through your journaling and maybe see a pattern. And so that will help you to say, okay, there's a thread here, and that's why I need to address that thread.
Yeah. It's also, being suggested that, massage. I saw a masseuse on there a few minutes ago. So massage therapy, if it works, if you like those type of things, can help release, the tension that can potentially cause, anxiety.
Well, if somebody has a masseuse living in the house with them right now, you are blessed. Utilize it. Definitely.
And, if you have a massage chair, that's also that also works. You know.
And there's a few people online saying that they've been eating way too much and are putting on weight.
I saw a cartoon about that earlier when, it had these people who had gotten who had put on so much weight, and where you just sort of wondering how they're going to be able to manage to get out of the door. Yeah. But, those are all just fun stuff and jokes that people have.
Whatever keeps your spirit up.
Oh, yes.
I like that.
The last one I'd like to mention, which is really, really, it just sort of clicked in my head yesterday. Have a support group.
Oh,
how do you have a support group in these times that we are talking about now? And the answer came to me actually yesterday. It was a friend's birthday party yesterday, and someone organized a Zoom party.
Zoom. Lots of people have been talking about Zoom. Yes.
Can we say that out there right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's another one, isn't it? There's one called House Party.
House Party,
it's supposed to be another really good app.
And, a group of friends getting together for an hour, and you just a lot of silliness going on and stuff like that. It sort of takes you to that happy place, and it just makes you feel, so much better. It helps, shift the focus, like one of the other things we talked about. So it takes the focus away from what's actually going on with you, and for a few minutes you can actually just relax and enjoy yourself.
And actually I think it would be give you something to look forward to, because if you said, right guys, Friday night at 8 p.m. let's have a pizza party, and everybody has pizza that night. Obviously they prepare their pizza and they're there with their drink or whatever, and you've got 6 friends or 8 friends, and it's almost like you're having a party, but you've got that thing to look forward to. And I think especially I want to say, for those of you that are in quarantine, are in lockdown by yourself, it's really, really important to utilize FaceTime and getting on the phone and speaking to friends and just staying in touch and having that engagement with others. So please, don't go through this by yourselves. It's really important that
there is help out there. I think that's the message that one of the messages we want to put out there, isn't it, today, Michelle? That you're not doing this alone.
You're not alone. Yeah.
You're not alone. Reach out. Speak to someone. Hit. I'm gonna say hit Michelle's inbox.
I had too many people hit my inbox, but that's a whole nother story. No, I hear you.
With genuine consent, I'm sure we'll be able to point you in the right direction. One of the organizations that could be helpful is Mind.
Yes.
You can give them a call and find out what who your closest counsellor is, and how you can get any help. There is free help out there as well. So you go to your GP. Just get the help you need. Ask.
Utilize it.
Don't hold back from asking. For help.
We were talking about massage a moment ago, and someone said self-massage can help. movements towards the heart, not too fast. Try your feet, back of your neck, up towards the brain, open palm and over the base of the skull. Relaxed and self-soothing improves circulation. I love that. So maybe you can schedule that in, guys, giving yourself a nice massage, some relaxation. Maybe for those of you that are having difficulty getting a good night's sleep, well, maybe that might be a good thing to do, to give yourself a bit of self-love and a good massage before bed.
Yeah. And do you know what's interesting as well is that it's if you have some form of anxiety, start to begin to understand where it is in your body.
Woo! You're right, because for some people, when they get anxious, I know a friend of mine, when he gets anxious, he has back pain in his lower back.
Some people have back pain.
Some people get headaches, don't they?
Yeah, some people feel it in the head right there. Some people it's right there. For some people, they would describe a feeling in the pit of their stomach.
Right.
Some people it's butterflies in their chest. Some people it's tension.
In
right
the shoulders,
there.
yes.
So yes, and so some of the suggestion the lady has given, could be helpful if you can locate it in your body somewhere. Then just sort of giving yourself that massage could be quite helpful.
And just going back a little bit, just recapping on some of the things that we have covered this evening, Tope, and thank you so much for your time this evening. Honestly,
I cannot believe that. I just took a quick glance at the time and I thought,
it's gone so quickly. But if for those of you that are online, if you've appreciated and enjoyed Tope's input this evening, please just hit the screen with some love hearts and let him know that we appreciate him and his input. We were talking earlier, and I do want to touch this again before we wrap things up. We were talking about triggers.
Yes.
And I think, you tell me if I'm right, Tope, but I think in all of this stuff that's going on, and for some of us, we're having good days and bad days. Yeah. And, I think it's good to know and to really be honest about what is it that's setting me off? What is it that's making me feel worried? Or what is it that's bringing me down? And to start to look and say and pay attention to whatever that thing is, because that's where you need to try to do the work to say, okay, when I listen to those sad songs and it reminds me of that time, it brings me into a sad place, I'm crying, I go to sleep upset. So hey, don't listen to that sad song. Whatever it is. And if I think as well, for some people, it's about sometimes some of the information that they're digesting, people listening to the news, 4 or 5 hours a day, 24/7.
CNN on
and they're on their phone and they're getting all the stuff from Facebook or Instagram, and they're just absorbing all of this worry and a lot of negative information. There's been so much information about, unfortunately, the people that we've lost due to coronavirus, but there's also been hundreds of thousands of people that have recovered, but we're not getting that information as much. So,
but that's not sensational enough, is it?
No,
that's not sensational enough. It's really the bad stuff that a lot of people like to report. And so you've got to guard your heart. You've got to guard what's going into your heart.
I like that. Guard your heart.
It's really important to protect yourself. So if you're going to have, because there's a lot of fake news going about as well. So if you're going to have news,
you have to consider the source of where you're getting this news from.
Yes,
you have to consider the source.
It's important. I said all the time that you're going to go like, well, do you know what? I'm going to listen to the news at this time of the day to get the facts.
Yeah.
And then and then I'm going to, put off.
Yeah.
Wherever, whatever else is coming after that, but since we don't have a lot of time left, I'm going to just run through.
Yes, let's do a quick recap.
Health issues can, trigger anxiety.
Yeah.
And this is where two things. If you're working with a counselor, they can help you, if you don't already know what your triggers are, to unearth what your triggers are.
Yes.
And also the journaling is a way of, sort of finding out, about your anxiety, because like I said, it's different from person to person.
Yes.
So if you have health issues, that could be a trigger.
Yeah.
Medication,
Right.
some medication can trigger anxiety.
Oh, wow, okay.
I'm not a medical doctor, but it's worth finding out what the side effects of whatever medicine you're on.
Yeah.
Yes. Caffeine. Again, people are yes.
Caffeine. Yes.
Most people, you've got to have your morning coffee and everything like that.
Yeah.
But
this is mint tea tonight, by the way, guys. Mint tea, peppermint tea. Yes.
Skipping meals. For some people, if they're not on their routine meals, it can, trigger your anxiety. Negative thinking.
We have 1 minute remaining, Tope.
Yeah. Okay. Negative thinking, financial concerns, conflict. People really struggle to have conflict, and so the anticipation of going to, into conflict with someone tomorrow can flare up anxiety for someone.
Yeah.
Stress, public events, performances. This is your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Can trigger anxiety.
Yeah.
So that's that's most of the triggers that I.
So I want to say before we wrap up. So we've gone through tonight. Some of the tips that you've given us tonight, Tope, are: 1, get counselling if you need to get counselling. 2, talk to someone you trust. 3, exercise. 4, breathing, practice deep breathing. 5, positive music playlist. 6, diet. We just talked about caffeine. 7, journaling. Write down your feelings. Write down how you're feeling. 8, get a support group, friends, Zoom, house party, all of that good stuff. Guys, if you want to get in touch with Tope, please do. Tope is here. You can reach him on Instagram at Tope Abulude, which is TopeAbulude, and you can find him on Facebook. He's a professional counsellor, and you can get in touch with him and speak to him. Guys, thank you so much for being with me this evening and with Tope. Thank you so much, Tope. And guys, keep your head up. And let's just get through this together. Together we can make it, all right? God bless you, and I will see you next week, Monday. God bless you guys. Have a great week. Good night.